Hi guys, today we're going to talk about verb contractions. When you speak, sometimes we all use contractions. Verb contractions are usually formed with some verbs plus the word not. They are used in informal writing and conversations. They are not to be used in formal reports or business letters. We use an apostrophe in place of the letter or letters that we have left out when forming the contraction. Here we have some examples. We have wouldn't, isn't, didn't, can't, and don't. So let's see how we form these contractions. In this slide, we have a chart that shows contractions that we can form with verbs plus the word not. For example, should not, we can contract both words and say shouldn't. If you see here, we have the apostrophe that is taking the place of the letter O that we are leaving out when we form the contraction. For is not, we say isn't, will not, won't, must not, mustn't, was not, wasn't, could not, couldn't, do not, don't, does not, doesn't, would not, wouldn't, cannot, can't, has not, hasn't, were not, weren't, are not, aren't, had not, hadn't, have not, haven't, and has not, hasn't. It's important to see and to notice that if you have a sentence that has a contraction, you pronounce the contraction as I already did. You do not indicate the two words, okay? So if in a sentence you have hasn't, you say hasn't. You don't, when you're reading it, you don't say has not. You say hasn't, okay? So let's see some examples. Example number 1, I could not decide upon a project. You could contract could not, okay, and form a contraction couldn't. I couldn't decide upon a project. It's the same, okay? But this is more informal. Example number 2, Sylvia will not display her paintings yet. Will not, we can contract them and say won't. So Sylvia won't display her painting yet. Now, number 3, she does not feel ready. Does not can form the contraction doesn't. Okay, so contracting does plus not, it's like this. We put an apostrophe and letter T, doesn't. Example number 4, she should not worry about her book. Should not can be contracted as shouldn't. And example sentence number 5, we are not finished either. Are not can be contracted as aren't. Okay, so we can say we aren't finished either. Now let's see more examples. Indicate the contraction for the underlined words. Hillary does not feel shy. The contraction for does not is doesn't. She will not forget her lines. Will not, the contraction is won't. Acting is not hard for her. The contraction in this case is isn't. She cannot wait for the first performance. Here the contraction is can't. And she would not miss the opportunity. The contraction for would not is wouldn't. Now let's do the process but in reverse. We have the contraction and we need to say the two words that originally formed it. Number 1, mustn't, must not, doesn't, does not, aren't, are not, haven't, have not, don't, do not, can't, cannot, and won't, will not. Now, the instruction says, change the sentence to include a contraction with the word not. So we need to find out where we can form the contraction and write the sentence again. I can remember the path to the aquarium. We could add not after can and say, I can't remember the path to the aquarium, like this. Number 2, we should miss the turtles. We can put not after should and say shouldn't. We shouldn't miss the turtles, like this. Number 3, they are small reptiles. If we contract are with not, we can say aren't and say they aren't small reptiles. Number 4, the judges could pick just one winner. We could say could plus the word not and say couldn't, and the sentence will be the judges couldn't pick just one winner. Number 5, one judge has made up his mind. We can put the word not after has and say hasn't, and say one judge hasn't made up his mind. Number 6, the sea turtle has received a prize. After has, if we put not, we can contract it and have the word hasn't, the contraction, and we will have the sea turtle hasn't received a prize. Number 7, I can wait until the next contest. We can put not after can, contracted, and we have cannot, or can't in the case of the contraction. I can't wait until the next contest. Okay, guys, remember, verb contractions are formed with some verbs and the word not. You put an apostrophe for the letters you're taking out. And your homework for this week is going to be to study not only this content, but also action verbs, main and helping verbs, linking verbs, okay? And well, verb contractions, which is this class, because we have our first grammar quiz next Tuesday. It's scheduled at 1:45 p.m. So please be on time at 1:30 so we can check all the connections before starting. Thank you guys. This is all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.